All right, the rumors are starting to swirl. We're saying there is a chance. Reportedly, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim are listening to trade offers for superstar two-way phenom Shohei Ohtani. We could finally end the misery, get Shohei out of Los Angeles for the Angels and possibly somewhere else before this season ends, pending his free agency this upcoming winter. Huge news. The Angels were very adamant. We're not trading Shohei Ohtani. We're not getting rid of him. The man is an absolute stud this year, dominating offensively, having a very strong pitching season. Also lightning quick on the base path. This man can do it all, but the Angels are an absolute dumpster fire. Now, they were staying afloat in the playoff hunt most of this season, but heading into the All-Star break, Mike Trout gets hurt. We're looking like another month and a half plus with him being out, one of the better players in baseball, used to be the best player in baseball. And the Angels are 1-9 in their last 10 heading into the All-Star break. And Shohei has made it very clear. He wants to win. He wants to play in the postseason. Unable to do so far in his stint in Los Angeles with the Angels. Now, there's another LA team that seems very interested in him. And the upcoming free agency this offseason, there is zero, I repeat zero, -50 chance that this man re-signs with the Angels. They're the worst franchise in baseball if you actually look at it. They have all these great players, spend all this money, and they constantly are dog shit. Mike Trout has been there forever. They've made one playoff and won 0 playoff games with him. They then add Shohei Ohtani with Mike Trout, and they're the same slack dick team that we see every single year. It's been constantly annoying, pathetic, futile. So hopefully they are now listening to trades and they move on from Ohtani, because honestly, you're going to get nothing for this guy in this winter when he hits free agency. You could ship him out for the last 3 months of the season and really get the largest haul probably in MLB history for one single player. We're talking 4, 5 type guys, 1, 2, 3 top prospects in an organization to nail Ohtani just for a short rental. But here's the question. Who is going to trade for Ohtani? There are several contenders on the list here, some dark horses. There's a lot of reports. Where could also he re-sign to? Are you willing to give up this much for just a half a season rental for Ohtani? Don't get me wrong. You plug him right into the lineup, plug him right into your rotation. He gives you a top 5 starter, no problem. And he gives you top 3 offense in baseball at the designated hitter spot. He is elite at that. So he's a huge get for anybody. The question is, are you willing to sell your farm system? Team like the Rays, he will not re-sign with the Tampa Bay Rays. They're not cutting a check that begins with a 6 for him anyway. So do you blow up your farm system that is very deep, always constantly good, to make a push to finally win a world championship in Tampa? They've been to 2 World Series. They haven't won either of them. They're in first place right now, but sliding. They're 500 since June after maybe the greatest start in baseball history to start the season. They are struggling. Put him in the lineup, blow up your farm system. You are instantly catapulted as a World Series favorite because there's not many flaws with that team. Offense is the big one. They don't have the big boppers. Ohtani is a big bopper bat that can give you damage, and the Rays get on base a lot, so those would be 2, 3 grand slams we're talking about from Ohtani. Another interesting team, the Texas Rangers. Relatively good farm system, but they have no problem writing checks. I don't know if he'd want to stay in Texas, but they've gone all in. Ownership has shown they're willing to spend the money. They're having the best season they've had in a decade plus. I'd be a little more conservative if I was the Rangers. I think they're more set up for long-term success than having to go all in, so I don't like this move for the Rangers. The Astros, another team who seem to always have a farm system. Screw it. Let's win another World Series. Everybody hates us. We don't care. That's the Astros way. They don't have a problem with it, and they got a million guys, and I'm sure they could finagle and fleece the Angels to give them guys that are maybe rated high that they don't think they need necessarily. It's a very deep system with a lot of young talent. Somehow, some way, they always seem to acquire it. The easy answer here, the Los Angeles Dodgers. They're the heavy favorite to land Ohtani in the offseason. He likes LA. He wants to stay on the West Coast. Allegedly, his wife is a superstar in Japan. It's an easier trip staying on the West Coast. Seattle will probably be the easiest, but the Mariners have really fallen off there, and I'm not sure the Mariners have enough pull for him to get out there. He's made it very clear, reiterating multiple times over the past few weeks, he wants to win. He wants to go to a winner. Well, the Dodgers are a winning organization. They win a lot of baseball games. Another potential West Coast team, the Giants, they'll be willing to write that check. They were going to write that check for Aaron Judge. He did not sign with them. And they're a competent team. Somehow they win baseball games. They're right there in the wild card hunt in a very good division with the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks. They've been competitive, so maybe there's a potential there, a decent West Coast team. I know Giants fans are praying. Let's head on over to the East Coast because there's 3 teams sitting on the East Coast that could make this move. Both New York teams and the Philadelphia Phillies. The Phillies are right there. They've been kind of up and down, dealing with a lot of injuries, slow start, coming off a National League pennant. We're just in the World Series. I think they'd be willing to go for it. Ownership has been very aggressive with the Phillies. They go for it. I think this is a good fit for them. This could propel them. The problem is they're not winning that division. The Atlanta Braves are the best team in the National League right now. They are cruising through everybody, so it's a tall task to have to go on the wild card and play into that. But hey, maybe Ohtani gives you that push. I'm not sure he'd re-sign in Philadelphia. I think it's way too, it's a way too expensive contract to add on top of the Trey Turner contract and the Bryce Harper contract. And let's be honest, I love my Philly teams. Not a lot of people want to stay and live in Philadelphia. Let's be real here. The 2 New York teams. Now, the Mets have been terrible this season, the highest payroll in baseball, and they've been an absolute disaster. Steve Cohen wants to write that check. He likes writing those checks to guys. I just don't know how much belief Ohtani would have with the New York Mets. They'll give him the money. I don't know if he wants to stay on the East Coast. That is the biggest thing. Will he be willing to come to the East Coast? Because there are some teams there that will write him that check, and I'm not sure if it's about the money. It's about the quality of life and winning baseball games, and there's a lot of quality of life and a lot of winning baseball out on the West Coast. And finally, my New York Yankees. The farm system isn't great, but Buster Olney reporting they are going to be the most aggressive team in pursuing a potential trade for Ohtani this season. They think they're close, and they know if they don't get it done this year, the whole band's getting blown up anyway in New York, so what the hell does it matter? And the Yankees used to go make these moves. They've been making a lot of pathetic, piss-poor, conservative, small, scared moves at the trade deadline the last 5 or so seasons. Really just been awful, I think, from the Yankees. They used to make these kind of moves, blockbuster trades, screw the farm system. We're trying to win it now. Like I said, though, they're another team that's in the wild card hunt. The division is very good. They're 8 games back. Aaron Judge not looking like he's coming back anytime soon with the toe injury. So how good is this team? Are they willing to give up the assets and potentially lose him this upcoming offseason? Because I don't think the Yankees make this move unless there's like a guarantee he's signing with the Yankees come this winter for another $600 million. It's not like they don't have the money. They just spent $25 million on a stupid jersey patch. So why don't you spend it on Ohtani? But things are getting very interesting. We have a trade deadline August 1st. Things are going to heat up. Very, very close situation to keep your eye on. When the Angels start to keep losing and everyone else starts pulling away, we're going to really start hearing smoke with this story. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Is Ohtani getting traded? Should the Angels try and trade him? Would you be willing to trade him for a 3-month rental to potentially put your team over the top and win a World Series? Or are you going to make sure he's re-signing with you in this offseason for $600+ million? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Again, like this video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, share this video with your friends, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.